Hello, my name is Max Strauss with ProInterviews.org, Facebook.com/ProInterviews, and Twitter.com/ProInterviews. I would like to welcome you to the interview with Anthony Armstrong. Anthony was a star at West Texas A&amp University. However, instead of starting his career in the NFL, he started in the intense football league with the Odessa Roughnecks. He later moved on and played with the Dallas Desperados in the Arena Football League for 2 seasons. He then signed with the Miami Dolphins practice squad and was a member for about 2 years, although he was cut by the Dolphins. The Redskins signed him to their practice squad and he remained there for the rest of the 2009 season. In 2010, he earned the starting wide receiver role for the Washington Redskins. He caught his first touchdown pass against the Packers. Before the interview, let's listen to an audio clip and then get started with the interview. Hope you enjoy the collages also.
Ran the running back. 2 receivers to the left. McNabb back to pass on first down. Once to the right. He's going deep. Down the middle. Armstrong is there. Catch is made. And that is a touchdown. Touchdown Redskins. Anthony Armstrong on the strike from McNabb. 48 yards. First touchdown of his career for Anthony Armstrong.
And now, let's get started with the exclusive interview. Please read along with the transcription below the collages. Alright, so why do you use Twitter, and how else do you connect to your fans?
I actually started Twitter because one of the sayings I did a radio show asked if I had one that they would like to follow me, and basically I just started Twitter that way, and I've been on it ever since, so it's kind of fun. But I also have a fan page on Facebook that you can go to and, chime in on there every now and again, and that's really how I connect. Just try to be open to everybody.
How long have you actually played football?
I started playing, I can't even say how old I was. I was probably about 8 or 9. Started playing way back then. Played straight through, kept on going, and then I didn't take it 1 year. I was like in 7th grade. I was like, I'm gonna focus on my academics. I was 8th grade. I took a year off. I don't know what I was really thinking, but I took that year off, and I've been playing ever since. That year in 8th grade, and in 2005, I didn't get to play football due to injury.
Play any other sports in high school? Or?
Oh, I ran track. That was about it. I wasn't a very good basketball player. I could shoot. I could run and jump. That's about it. I couldn't do anything else. So I stuck to track, and I did decent in track and track football. That was all I did.
Did you have a favorite memory from your track days?
I remember my junior year. We had a pretty decent 4x100 team. We had set a school record in that. We went to regionals, but we didn't get to make it to past that. We had a little change up on the roster because somebody became ineligible, and that kind of killed their dreams. But that was probably the most successful track season I had.
What was the transition like from high school to college football?
I think people were bigger and stronger, and then they're just more detailed. That's kind of what it was.
So, what was your major influence on why you went to West Texas A&amp, and did you have a choice in going there? Or?
There were a couple schools that were coming around. I remember Northern Iowa came around, but for some reason they thought I wasn't too interested. Another Charleston State came by, and I just didn't like the way that coach came across. He just came across as very cocky, and he was like knocking every other team that came and talked to me. It was just, I didn't really like him. And the guys from West Texas A&amp came, and he seemed real and genuine, and they're going to give me a little scholarship, and it was far enough away from home to where I could be away, but close enough where I could get home really easily. So that probably swayed my attitude.
So What was your favorite memory from West Texas A&amp?
We had rivalry with Eastern New Mexico. It was basically it was like battle for the wagon wheel, and they were our rival school. They were about an hour and a half away. And I remember in my junior year, I had started stringing together a couple of good games. I just remember going down there and winning the wagon wheel, and I had back in that game, and we won the wagon wheel, rushed the field, and grabbed it, and was carrying it around, and just we didn't win very many games out there. So any time that we did get a win, it was special. But I think that year we had strung a couple together, and we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. So that was my best memory.
What was the most important thing that you learned at West Texas A&M that helped you in the NFL?
I just really learned a lot about just having to work, being able to fight through all the hard times, and we had losses and tough coaches, and it was a top-notch place at the time, and they've much improved since then. But it wasn't necessarily the best university, and it was tough times. Just going through that college experience, and then you meet a lot of great people that you could bond with, which was huge. I think we all kind of leaned on each other, and just learning how to work hard and stay determined and persevere was the biggest part.
What was the draft day experience like?
Shoot, my draft day experience, it was I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be something that I was going to get called on the first day. And, at first, I had one of my friends, he jokingly called me in the first round, I think, after the Dolphins. Right? He called right after the Dolphins picked for some reason, and he was trying to act like they were trying to I think maybe one or two other teams called to make sure they had the right information or whatever. But really, draft day just kind of came and went. Nobody called. But I think the day after, the Falcons called to bring me down on a rookie tryout.
That's pretty funny. Your friend would do that. That's also pretty mean, though. So, what was the Arena Football League like?
The Arena Football League was fun. I enjoyed it. The fact that you could interact with the fans, and you're right there next to them, and you could celebrate all you want. You could do a little bit more than you're allowed to do in the NFL. But it was all fun, and it was fast and high paced, and you were gonna be able to catch a lot of passes, and you could be involved in the game. So that's what I really liked about it, and that's what you kind of miss.
So, what was the Dolphins practice squad like the transition from arena football to NFL?
Well, shoot, like I said before, everybody was bigger and was bigger and better. When I was going against some top-notch talent in the whole NFL, some of the best football players that you're ever going to be around. There's guys that are so detailed that they can tell you what route you're running just off of your release. It was basically learning extremely fast. I had to learn right away, and it was a good experience. I kind of learned. My first day with the NFL, and I had to learn how they worked and what it took to stay on. And you could see some people didn't cut, and you had to just kind of had to learn on the go.
So, what happened when you were cut, and what happened when you signed with the Redskins practice squad?
Well, coming into that 09 season, and everything, I knew I was going to have very, very good off season. And I had a pretty good one. I was working my way up to running with the twos. And then they had drafted some receivers. They drafted Hartline, and they drafted Patrick Turner. And I kind of knew that the numbers game was going to be very I knew that they were going to keep, they were going to keep certain people, they were going to keep a certain amount of people. And I honestly, I just didn't have the best training camp. I didn't give myself a chance to really compete against everybody else, and, I was just the odd man out.
Now with the Redskins, do you have a favorite memory with so far?
So far, I think it's everything that's been going on all right now this year. It's been a great journey, I'd say, because basically, you come just like everybody's been saying, he comes from practice squad, and nobody knows him, and then all of a sudden, I'm making it, to start and everything like that. Just that journey has been the best memory. I think catching that touchdown pass against the Packers will probably be the spotlight so far. Hopefully, gotta be able to make a lot more of those moments happen right now, though.
Did you ever dream of coming this far?
Yeah, as long as I remember, I actually saw a picture of myself. I had to be about like 1 or 2, and on a football helmet, and I was holding a football. So as long as I remember, I've always wanted to play football. Every time they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, I'd always say football player. It wouldn't even be like a question about what I wanted to do. But yeah, it was my goal in the end. I never knew that it was going to take this long, or it was going to be, this scenic. I can't sit here and say that, because if I would, that'd be a complete lie. But I just knew that if I stayed the course, I just kept working, that anything could happen, and I could make it, and I could end up playing in the NFL.
So, who had the most impact on your football career?
I could say my mom, because she is the one that was driving me to football practices and coming to games and supporting me, and me seeing the way that she worked to support us and make sure we had a nice household was very inspirational to me. I knew that I had to keep on working to reach my goal so that I could give back to her in the long run. I had plenty of different coaches along the way that all had influences on me as well, but it all goes back to her and just being inspired by how she works and just basically wanting to make her proud.
Do you have a nickname?
Oh shoot, I heard a nickname in college. It really almost has no meaning at all, but it's a nickname of Scoop, SCOOP. The same guy that called me jokingly. Joking on the draft day was the guy that gave me the nickname. He just showed up and just said, "I'm gonna call you Scoop," and then it ended up sticking, and everybody started knowing me as Scoop. Other than that, it's just a few plays on my last name. They call me Strong or anything like that. So nothing too crazy.
Do you have a charity or foundation?
I don't have one yet. I want to start one. I want to focus on kind of playing off the NFL's Play 60 type of thing, and just getting kids active. I probably want to also kind of teach kids basically life skills, basically about how you got to work hard, you got to be respectful, and you got to be humble, and you got to basically do all the right things in life, and you can do whatever you want, reach whatever goal you want to get to. I kind of have a plan that I get to come about whenever I get a couple of years under my belt. But that's my plan. That's what I would like to do.
What's an experience that changed your life for better or worse?
I think that when I fractured my wrist and tore the ligament in my hand, that was one of the first that kind of influenced me. It ended up being for a good thing, is because I had to refocus and work through it. I try to live my life without any regrets, and by doing that, I don't want to look back on something and just sulk and moan about it. I would much rather basically learn from it and move on past it. That was my first moment. And then getting cut from Miami, it was another one of those kind of wake-up calls, humbling experiences. Sometimes you got to get knocked out your butt before you realize, what you need to do and what you can't do. And those two moments whenever I feel like I was at my lowest, those are when I ended up being able to rise up from it and be successful, I think.
So, what's your favorite quote?
Well, it comes from the Bible, Proverbs 13:4. And the quote is, "The sluggard craves and gets nothing, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied."
And what does that mean to you?
To me, basically what it says that if you're going to be lazy, that you're going to sit back and you're going to want something and get it because you don't want to work for it. But if you are willing to go out there and work and bust your tail, then you can get whatever you desire. You can reach whatever level you want to.
If you could describe yourself as any ice cream flavor, what would you choose and why?
And let's see, any ice cream flavor. A good one would be Rocky Road, because it's been a long journey. I think that one would be good because I'm kind of complex. I'm putting in there marshmallows, so I'm a softie at times, but I think that would be a good Rocky Road.
For someone who wants to make it in the NFL, what advice do you have?
Just keep on working. Make sure that they focus each and every play to be the best that they can be at that time. They don't ever know if it's going to be their last play or not, and they need to make it all the time. They have to be able to focus, have concentration, and just be able to have the drive and the perseverance to do it day in and day out.
Is there anything you want to tell Redskins fans that we haven't talked about?
I would just say for all the Redskins fans to just support your team, through thick or thin, and we're out there working hard and get some good things going.
Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Thank you for listening to the interview with Anthony Armstrong. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you leave your comments below. Please go like the Facebook page at facebook.com/prointerviews and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/prointerviews. There are personal questions in which Anthony answered below the transcription. Feel free to scroll down and find out his answers.